So hello guys, once again I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. So previously we have seen that how we have created and deployed .NET application, ReactJS and Angular applications. Now in this particular video we will see how we can deploy the same ReactJS application on an Azure storage account using static website content. So let's get started. First we will see our today's agenda. We will see how to build a ReactJS application on Azure pipelines. Next, we will see how to release our ReactJS application on storage account. First, we will see how to build a ReactJS application on Azure pipelines. So I have already pushed the code on my Azure DevOps account. I will provide the GitHub link of this code in the description below. And I have created a whole series of this Helloworld React app, how to deploy and build this React application from scratch. Go and check it out. Now we can click here on setup on build to create our pipeline, or we can go to pipelines. We can create a new pipeline. First we have to select our code. So we will select Azure repos. I will select my repo. This is my repo. So we can see that Microsoft Azure DevOps has analyzed our code and it is giving us this many options to build our code with Node.js and React. So I will select this option because our project is Node.js with React. You can see this is the default generated YAML file created by Microsoft Azure, but we can configure this with our own purpose. So now first you can see the trigger is our main branch, then pool, it is selecting Ubuntu data as the default build agent for this job. Then the steps is to first, then we can see the steps. So the first step, as you can see, is to install the Node tool. That means it is installing Node.js software to our build machine. As I have installed Node.js to my local system in previous video, I have told you this. So it is installing Node.js into its build machine. So you can see the input parameters. The version it is installing is 10x and the display name is installed Node.js. So we have to do some changes. So our React application is the latest version. So we can change it to 16x. Now we can see the second task it is doing. It is executing some scripts like npm install and npm run build. So these two commands I have told you in my previous video. We have run these commands in our local system to compile our Node.js application. So before this, we will see that what files are being generated before compilation of code and after compilation of code. So I will give the script before npm run build. And script will be echo build viewing files before compilation we have to give this. If we are running multi-line scripts, then I will give second command or script at ls build dot sources directory. So guys, if you are not familiar with this variable, so you can check it out my previous video. I have explained these things in depth. So this command will help us to view our files before compilation, and same we will do after compilation. Copy this command and I will give viewing files after compilation and build.source directory. I will provide a display name. Display name will be viewing before build, and the second one will be after build. Now our code has been completed. Now we will run this pipeline. We can see the jobs. It will take a while. So we can see first it is checking out our code from Azure repos to its build machine. It is installing Node.js, Node 16. Then we can see the file before build. So these are the files before building or compilation of our code. We can compare these files with our Azure repos files. We will get the same number of files here also and here also. So there is nothing new here. Then it is executing the commands npm install and npm run build, and it is compiling our code. And we can see after build, node modules and build folder is generated. We can compare it again. Before build we don't have these two files, and after build we have build and node modules. So node modules, as I mentioned earlier in my previous video, node modules, it contains all the packages and dependencies to build our code. Then build folder contains the static web page or static files. It is also the artifact folder. So our job has been done here. Now we will move ahead and we will see how we can store our artifacts into a separate folder and publish them into pipeline. We will again go to pipeline. Before that we should rename this pipeline. Pipeline. We'll again edit our pipeline. So we know that we need the build files because the build files contains our artifacts. We will give a task. So this panel is a task panel. Here Microsoft has predefined many tasks, so you can go and just click on the function and you can use it in your pipeline. So I will search one task called copy files. So I will just click on copy files task, and first I will give the source folder. So this is my source folder, Control C, and in that we have to go into build folder. I will copy all the contents. Star means all the contents, and target folder will be artifact staging directory. So the copy file task will do what? I will tell you. Just click on add and you can see the code has been pushed here. So the task is copy file, and it is doing what? It is copying the files from build.source directory, and in that from build folder it is taking all the contents and copying into a separate folder called build.artifact staging directory. Guys, again, if you are not understanding these variables, then check it out my previous video. I have explained everything in detail. So now our build files or artifacts has been copied from source directory to artifact staging directory. Now we will move this or publish this artifact to our pipeline so we can see it. We are copying our artifact from source directory to staging directory. Now moving ahead and publishing this artifact to our pipeline. So we can go. We will again search one task. Publish, and we can see we are getting one task, publish build artifacts. We will click on this. So it is already taking my artifact staging directory, and it is creating an artifact named drop, and it is publishing to Azure pipelines. So we will click on just add, and we can see publish artifact task has been successfully inserted to our pipeline. So what does it will do? I will explain you once again. It will take our artifact from this folder and it will publish it to our pipeline in a container. I will show how we can physically access that container and see our artifacts. So now we will run our pipeline and see what happens. It will take a while. It is checking out our code, installing Node.js. Then we can see the files before build. It is just compiling our code with npm install and npm run build command. It will take a while. So we can see it had compiled our code. And after build we can see we have built a node modules folder here. We don't need node modules as of now. We only need build. So we are copying build from this folder to a separate folder. We can see copy file task is copying all the build files to a separate folder called artifact staging directory. This is the path of that directory, and it is publishing the artifacts into a container. We can see, and the job is finished. We can go and check it out our container, and if the artifact has been pushed or not. Click here, click on the latest pipeline. We can see in related one work item is published right now. Click here, click on the artifact name, the container name, and we can see these are the build files that we have published to a container.
Now we will see how to release our ReactJS application to Azure storage account. So now we need to create a storage account. Deploy our application to storage account. Go to portal.azure.com, search for storage account, click on create. Fill up the basic details like your subscription and resource group name. Provide the storage account name. Make sure it is a unique name. Now leave all the settings as default and create it. Click on review. And you can see all the details of your storage account. Click on create. Now this is our storage account. Go to containers, create a container named $web on create. So containers, it means like a folder in your system. So in this $web container, our artifacts will be pushed. You can see it is empty as of now. Now we will go to our pipeline. After publish artifact task, we need to add one task. We will add Azure CLI task. We will select our service connection or subscription of our Microsoft Azure. I will select my service connection. Give script type as batch script. Give the script location script. Provide the script. This is the script. Click on add. I will provide you this script code in the description below. Change service type batch to bash. Now we can see our script is Azure Storage Blob upload batch -s. Our artifact staging directory. Our artifacts are present. Our pipeline. Then -d and the container name $web. Hyphen account name. We have to provide our storage account name. It is stored in the variable, so we need to provide the value of this variable. Storage account key. -hyphen override is to overwrite if there is an existing code or artifact present there. We need to remove this extra quotes. So now we need to provide the storage account name and storage key. code above below the pool section will give variables. After that, we need to provide our variables value, storage, count, name. Make sure your spelling is correct. This is the spelling of my first variable. I will copy this, paste it here, and will give the value of this variable. Our storage account name is K567. We will give single quote and give the value. Then we need to give the value of our second variable, that is storage account key, I guess. Let me just see the variable and copy this. So these are the credentials of our storage account so that our Azure DevOps can connect to our storage account. Now we need to provide the value of storage account key. Go to storage account, scroll down instead, go to access key. See, here is keys present here. Click on show, copy the first key, go back, paste the value in single quotes. We can see we have done our job here. Now this Azure CLI task will take all our variables value here from here, load our artifacts from artifact steering directory to our $web container of our storage account. Save and run this pipeline. And see the artifacts that has been published are the now we need to see that our these artifacts are in our storage account $web container. Go to storage account, click on $web, and we can see our all artifacts have been released here. Now we need to host our website at the storage account. Create a website out of it. We need to scroll down here, go to static website. As of now it is disabled. Need to provide the index document, that is index.html. Copy the primary endpoint, paste it in a new browser. We can see our ReactJS application has been hosted. So these were the steps. Host our ReactJS application with the help of Azure storage account.